Hello and welcome to my latest Blender car modeling tutorial. Previous time we were left at this stage where we created a few parts in the interior. So we finished up the symmetrical parts. If I recall correctly, in previous time we created mirror. I think so. Yeah, and we created the front lamps here, like so that's what we done. And what we're gonna make today is we're gonna start creating the non-symmetrical parts of the car, and it's the steering wheel. So I don't remember anymore, but if I recall correctly, we typed in something like this: BMW M3 Coupe interior 360. Let's take a look. I think something like this worked out. I'm gonna take a look at different options. So this is a 360 view of exterior of the 3 series. It's not exactly M3, but the interior basically matches the M3. It's almost perfectly the same as M3. So this is one option, which we may take a look for the steering wheel mostly. This is M3 something or M6 something. What was this? Where is it told? Okay, it's M3 sedan. Yeah, this is kind of different from the Coupe one, which we are making. What's this? It's not here. Word. Yeah, okay. We can use this one, as we used all the time. So the first thing that we've got to do is we gotta apply a modifier, the mirror modifier, because we're gonna now stop the symmetry. Okay, it's done. We can't change anything. Okay, we could actually reopen the file as it isn't saved. Yeah, anyways, we're gonna make the steering wheel and all the stuff around it. Let's type it in here so that we can have some more reference images. Yeah, it's kind of so let's take a look. This is what we've got to first make, and this curve. So we've got to just make some inclinement there to make sure that we have made this curvy space for speedometers. Yeah. So let's take a closer look at the blending part. So there's one problem with this interior. It's kind of dark. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I can make it lighter. Only that one. And that's only for fabrics. Yeah, but we're gonna anyways change some colors. Better see stuff here. Yeah, which is really good thing. Okay, it's sad that that panel didn't get any lighter. I wish it would have. I think that I can understand the shape anyways. So it kind of starts from here, from this edge part, and is around the same size as the one at the G had the navigation system. Okay, Oh, I think that I'm gonna do one more thing here. So I'll see if I can do it. Okay, it's not that easy. Okay, I'm gonna go in wireframe, face select, or I didn't need wireframe actually. I wanna, what I wanna do is I wanna quickly make this a bit higher poly. I just noticed that from when looking from this angle it looks way too low poly, and as I will have a cockpit camera in my game, it's important that it looks good. So I'm gonna remove doubles from it. I'll see if I can knife cut here. So I'm gonna actually reopen because we had the mirror modifier. I'm gonna go here deeper, select these faces, remove doubles, and as well as at this stage. So now I'm gonna knife cut from here. Yeah. Take a knife, put it here. Why doesn't it? How? Hi. That's not fair. It's reflecting through the surface. Something's wrong with it. Why does it use the surface behind it rather than surface in front of it? A mystery of centuries. Okay, I'm gonna actually undo this step, and I'm gonna split this edge for now. This is alternative way in case that when something like that breaks down for you. Ow! Okay, no need to. You can cancel that and remove doubles here. And yeah, I forgot about the mirror modifier. That's what happens when you haven't modeled for some time. You start to forget about features and stuff, all that stuff. Yeah, okay. And then now let's split back. What was split? All of this was split. Mesh, edges, edge split. Great. Yeah, it's now smoother. I'm gonna save it already, because I don't know what happens after I apply mirror modifier. What we'll do, I still don't know the result. Okay, this is kind of easy to notice from that image how it works. It's kind of around the height of the ending point of GPS screen, which I just noticed is a bit too big for us. So I'm gonna go in wireframe and select these 3 vertices, 3 times something, 3 times 2 possibly. Drag it down a bit, as well as go in wireframe, select this vertex, this, this, and this. Back to material, scale X, and also drag in a bit, so it's not as big as we made it previously. Possibly also, have we? Okay, we don't. Also on the x-axis, scale this one down, and maybe even select those vertices here, and also scale down. Okay, great. Now we are gonna start around from this point. So if we had an image with a steer wheel kind of closely visible, it would be easier. Let's take a look if we can find any. Okay, this is inversed. It's like the United Kingdom cars. You can see it here. Yeah, it's kind of. I kind of get the idea. First thing that I'm gonna do so that I can work here. Select all of these faces here. Yeah, as well as here. And do mesh. Remove doubles. We don't need any edge split here while we are working on it. So now I'm gonna do one nice cut here until this edge yeah, to this edge split, and kind of drag this up. This one just a bit. Yeah, this vertex should go up as well as this one. So you have to drag it up around the same height as that one. It's gonna work like this. Yeah, and now, of course, you are gonna want to split here. I'm gonna do this. Do it this way. It's gonna be easier. Like this. Yeah. And now I can kind of drag this down a bit. Yeah. Like this. And this can also be, no, it should even be dragged up. All those vertices can be lifted up minimally. Yeah. And of course, the vertices here must be lifted up more significantly. Okay, not that high. I'm already doing it way too much. But you can try to make it kind of round, curvy shape. Well, this is somehow close. Somewhat close to that. I'm gonna do a loop cut here. And this is gonna go all the way down through to here. And finish up here. Okay. Didn't well, split correctly. Now it did. Great. Here I'm gonna just go ahead and make it rounder by pulling those up a bit. Lift up all the vertices just to make it look more decent. And here I'm gonna drag those vertices outwards to make it kind of be more round. It's still like heading in that direction, which is kind of wrong. I don't know how exactly would I make it fixed, but I've got to figure out. I don't want to triangulate it. That would kind of fix it, yeah. Change the flow of it. But I don't want triangulation. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this. Possibly around, well, round it up here. Like this. We'll need it to be a bit rounder. Oh, and this can go, for example, here. Can make it higher detailed here. Oh yeah, and this should end up somewhere. Not that easy to find a good spot. Oh, I must remove doubles here anyways, because this part will be affected minimally, but will be affected anyways. So Now I can kind of split from here to this point. Okay, let's lift this up, move this out like that, and of course adjust all the stuff here. Well, I think this is well enough. I'm gonna press S and Y. Scale down on Y-axis a bit and rotate around Z-axis minimally. And of course, pull in because it's closer to the driver than the rest of it. It's kind of, yeah, that way. Should be enough, I think. Can maybe not. Ooh, yeah, I can even make it bigger and pull it in a bit more. Suppose that vertex. That one shouldn't go that much. Those two are more important than the rest, I think. And now I'm gonna also increase the detail here because this is gonna be a thing that the player will be able to notice a lot. So I'm gonna make it look decent enough. So it needs at least one more step here. Here I'm gonna stop the flow to that side because it's not correct. It's not flowing to that side in reality. It's rather flowing on this direction, straight forwards. This kind of looks better. Yeah, it's kind of not smooth here at this part. Wish I could fix it in some sort of way. It's already smoothed out. Maybe I could add, yeah, as I'm planning to add some sort of this polygonal thing anyways. I'm gonna do it already now. Okay, I'm gonna stop here, and I can take this and extrude it into this part. And let's kind of smooth it out. Yeah, this part is kind of not. This is not simple to do. It's a very difficult task actually. Making everything organic and smooth. Well, yeah, I'll live with this. It should look better with edge splits. Of course, you must try to adjust the shape to gain some more fluid lines. Yeah, you can take a look at the lines, how they are made. Just also see what does what in this model. Where does it tend to continue its path? Okay. Now let's take a look. Okay, so it's like heading onwards here. I'm gonna shut it here. And from this point it moves down. Like this. And here it's like that. Around that way. Sort. Yeah. And how would I split it here? I don't know. I'm gonna add a bit more geometry here. Seems like a good idea. So I'm gonna kind of drag this where it's needed, as well as this one. Maybe make that edge here smaller, and of course here as well I need it to be like this. Well, yeah, let's try to adjust the shape. Let's try to make it as fancy as possible. And once we've kind of done it, I'm gonna firstly, yeah, this thing should be pulled in, as well as this. I'm gonna make this transition part here. How it works like that. It comes from here to this point, possibly making shape something similar to this, or maybe I can afford something like this. Yeah, I think so. Okay, well, it's interesting. This looks a bit strange. Does it look good? I don't know. If it does, I'll leave it like this. Okay, we can actually now take and edge split here everything back so that it looks normal again. Okay, so we have done. Wow, we didn't have edge split here actually. I thought we had, but we didn't. Right. Here we could actually smooth it out a bit by triangulating that face. Usually triangulation does work opposite to smoothing. It can gain some artifacts at some moments. It depends on your triangulation direction. In this, but there are some cases when you can see when you're using quad, it's really not what you want it to be. And then you of course triangulate. I don't know, maybe here I need triangulate as well as if I can. Okay, don't think so, but yeah, you must always look carefully if you need to triangulate, because you want your object to look good and your details to look smooth, fluid, and correctly managed triangle and quad system is kind of important concept. Scale this down on y-axis, something very low like this, add a bit around z-axis, and wow, I already thought this face looks weird. It indeed did. Okay, so now let's see what should and can we make. Here we can see it's kind of almost making our own shape. So basically we've got to make inwarding knife cut like this all through to the end point, and I'm gonna do a simple knife cut here, and maybe knife cut to this vertex. Great, that should sort of work out. Yeah, and we've got to make this inclined inwards. So I'm gonna select all of those faces here and extrude. It's a very usual thing you do. So it's a good idea to just extrude it inwards like this. Not too deep. Yeah, like this. maybe now if I go here, yeah, I can rotate it a bit around x-axis, something like this. Seems decent enough. Great. I don't think that we need to do any else stuff with this. We can actually make it scale y 0, and then rotate around z-axis. And rotate around x-axis. Yeah, it will look good if it's flat. We'll use texture on it. It's kind of different on the bottom part, it's separate. So I'm gonna add one more loop cut here. One more cut, I don't know. Knife cut would work better. So from here, let's do a knife cut. And why we do this? Because now we're gonna select all. We're gonna firstly select all of these vertices. We're gonna scale them down on z-axis, scale them down on y-axis. Rotate around z. That shapey thing. But rotate around x-axis. Well, yeah. You just adjust them like this. Maybe even scale them up a bit. And then you select the faces here, and you drag them this way. Maybe take those vertices here and pull them down a bit, and the shape is done. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start working on the steering wheel. Yeah, maybe select those vertices around edges and pull them up a bit. Sounds like a good idea. Yeah. Great, we have this part almost finished. Okay, here's a 5 poly thing. I'm gonna do this type of knife cut, and see if I could knife cut this as well, if they let me. Why don't they? Why? Let's go in wireframe. It may help. Doesn't seem to. What the? I hate the system. It was supposed. Yeah. If any Blender developer who is related to modeling watches this, this must be fixed, because whenever I want to knife cut and there is an edge split, I can't do it, because oftenly it assumes that I clicked edge of this face, and then it doesn't do anything when I touch that one. But it should detect that this vertex is at the same position as, is on this edge, or even this vertex is at the same position as that vertex on this edge. So it must detect it and use the given information. And if it would, then it would reduce the problem count of my own gradually. Okay, so now let's take a quick comparison of the sizings. really hard to tell, but this thing looks too wide in general. So I'm gonna go in this view, grab all of those faces here. All of this, all, just all of this, and scale down on x-axis, something like this. And then I'm gonna take and one by one move the vertices to the right, vertices of this thing, to make it wider. Only to the right, no else direction. Let's take, these are relative vertices. So this results in better normalization. So also we missed in the scale proportional scalings there. We have pretty quickly fixed it, which is great. So yeah, we have it's now looking way better. Well, of course, this currently doesn't look as round anymore. I've gotta drag in, drag on the right some of the things to make it look more roundy. Yeah, like that. Great. Look at this. It's already getting closer to our objective. Here we've got a little problem. Okay, one of the problems is here, a shading error, because it assumed a split like this, which is obviously opposite to what we need. Now this is still not working well. The shading looks a bit corrupted. Well, yeah, I'm gonna actually not pay that much attention yet, although I can already edge split. Let's take all of these edges in this loop and mesh edge split. Yeah, and it seems okay. Yeah, I can put every single of those around here. Relative scaling the z-axis a bit lower, so they're kind of strange here. It's now a matter of adjustment. Sorry for this long tutorial. I'm just having, as you can see, some sort of bad problems with adjustments. Finally, we've came up with some sort of solution here. It would be great if we could merge. What did I press? Okay, I guess nothing bad. Kind of merge it there, and then, or maybe take some stuff like this, and then delete these faces, and now just take and merge them in. This would kind of solve a few issues. Yeah, it's a bit better. something related to the scale. Oh yeah, firstly, it's of course you can see it's kind of seems sharper. It's always hard to manage triangles if they are very small and close each to other. Sometimes you can afford to have a little bit of smoothing using sculpt mode. Yeah, cars are not the best thing to play around with the sculpt tools on, but sometimes you can afford to smooth out things with them. I'd not recommend doing anything else for the cars with the sculpt tools, because unless you're making very advanced rendering, then you may wanna do like I'm gonna just show you example, which I'm not gonna do, but sometimes you want to do something like this. So for example, brushings of paint. Oh yeah, I mean this. So yeah, for example, some brushings here like this. Great. Where did we go? Yeah, okay, it's alright. So we're gonna just do some edge split here, as we have basically finished this model of it. We'll only need to add texture to it. This texture will be, actually I'm gonna already tell you, this is gonna be only texture which will really be like you know, like that type of textures, real decent textures. These interior textures will be only ones. For the rest of it, of course the paint material will not use any color textures at all. It will only use normal maps, which will make texture atlases in later tutorials. Yeah, in next tutorials after we finish the model. And then we're gonna use it. So we're gonna so that the atlas will be very simple, and it will contain just a few things. It will contain creases, for example around the edges of the doors, around the edges of the hoods, yeah, somewhere else maybe also, so maybe even around the edges of the lamps. Then it will contain what will it contain? What did I want to say? I just forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, will contain rounded edges, sharp but rounded edges like this one. So it will kind of, or maybe we can use a crease here, so it won't have much details, like just few things. The detail here, we're gonna model it as well, and for the handle as well, some small details that multiple cars will be able to share, actually, because I'm gonna use the same material in my personal game case. For all the cars, the paint will be the same shader. I'll actually set it up so more advanced with a clear coating system. Yeah, yes. Okay, so I think that for this tutorial it's kind of enough. So in the next tutorial we're gonna make the steer wheel. Although I've got one more idea. So we're gonna also in next tutorial kind of do some adjustments here, fix up to make it look a bit better. So but there's one more idea that I've got. We can already make the door detail, so the doors on the left have that inwards detail, the thing, I don't know how to call it, but let's remove doubles here for now. So we've got rid of 3 vertices. Now let's take our knife, and it's always selecting the wrong vertex. It's unfair. Life is not fair. Okay, everybody knows that. I didn't tell anything new just now. Okay, this is more than creepy. Requires me to remove all the doubles actually, or something like that. It's crazy. Oh, come on. I'm being annoyed by the blender, possibly for no reason. Okay, so let's edge split back before we forget about it. Oh, that one. How far did we? I think this was. Yeah, sort of. And you can just take this, extrude. Well, not rotate, extrude. So that's basically all. That's it. Have done this detail. That's only for this door. There's one more door on the other side, and that one has a bit more complex shape there. Yeah, this door is finished in the terms of modeling, and this one will be right now in a matter of few moments. This door has this handle here, so they seem to be like exactly having perfectly different shapes. So I don't know why, but it seems that the driver has to use this thing to close the door from inside, but the person who is sitting here on the right can use this one, possibly because this one is like more comfortable, but it would make some problems for drivers when it's need to reach for example light, this switch for the lights. So yeah, I'll assume so. Okay, so we're gonna model this one quickly. Let's take a look. It starts around here and ends at around here. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna remove doubles here. Okay. Well, let's see if they'll finally be fair, and they're not. If I knew who are they? They mysterious green people. Yeah. But no, not that way. Edges, edge split, and here I'm gonna do it this way. Ah, come on. Why is it always like that? It's like Blender would be mad on me. Like Blender would hate me. Why does it hate me? Have I done anything bad to him? I don't think so. It's just imagination of Blender. I'm not bad guy. Not at all. No, I'm not. Said I'm not. And if you think opposite, then I disagree with your opinion. Okay. Edge split here. Edge split. Great. I'm Okay, and where is the second part? It's gonna throw me in there. Yeah. Oh, it's ending there. What if we just took and create a triangle here, create a triangle here, and create a triangle here? Okay, not this one, and not that way. We're gonna take this edge and extrude it in. I like this idea. And now I'm gonna set up this environment thing. Great. And I'm gonna now just set this vertex around here. Oh no, it's not correct. Let's undo everything. Okay, so it should go around there. Unfortunately, again we have to remove the doubles. Let's see if we can. No, it's getting annoying. It seems that the blender is built specially to prevent me from doing that specific task correctly. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Was it split here? Yes, it was. And worst thing ever happened to me. No, I'm getting exhausted of this horror. Whoever is responsible for this, I'm judging him for not fixing this yet. Okay, I know it's not that easy actually. I wouldn't have fixed it yet as well. It's important thing actually, because it doesn't occur just for this car modeling. For me, it is a problem in any terms of modeling. Okay, almost any. Sometimes I don't use lookouts. I mean that, what was it called? Knife cuts. Yeah, exactly, knife cuts. Good. At least you figured. You remembered the name of it before me, didn't you? I'm sure you did. You should have. Huh. Okay. Well, like this, I guess. Have kind of made it. I'm gonna edge split here, 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 here. Great. And this door is now as well finished. So this is it for today. Next time we are gonna make the actual steer wheel here, including all of its details, like those switches there. Yeah. Then probably in the next tutorial will be about pedals. This thing we are gonna model it. Maybe even in extra. It's just simple extrusion there. And then we're gonna make gear shifter. This button, which controls whatever. I don't know what it is, but it is something that it does something. And of course the handbrake. Yeah, this is it for this time. Thank you for watching, and see you next time in the next tutorial. Okay, thank you.